ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم يغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما أما بعد فإن خير الكلام كلام الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة كل ضلالة في النار. As we continue on October the 3rd, Wednesday, October the 3rd, 7:23 p.m., which coincides with 2018, the Gregorian calendar, which agrees, I think, what time is it? Oh, I'm sorry, everyone. Which in the Hijri calendar is now the 23rd night of Muharram, 1440 of the Hijrah, Mustafa alayhi salatu wassalam. Advertisement on the phone. That wasn't mine. That was on a Muslim Pro. And then they put some advertisement on here with a game. See, let everybody know, okay? The Muslim Pro, and it does that. No. So what we was discussing, ya ma'ashal ikhwa, the last part of the chapter, we were speaking about the masail, or the matters of which we were covering, which we almost finished. Everybody's so far out. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, the matter where we stopped at, where we finished the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ on the authority of Abbas, أبو هريرة رضي الله عنه حين أنزل عليه وأنذر عشيرتك الأقربين فقال يا معشر قريش أو كلمة نحوها اشتروا أنفسكم to the end of the hadith. As we finish the explanation, that narration on the authority of Abu Hurairah, that the message of Allah ﷺ, that when it was revealed to him, warned those who are the closest of your tribe or your family. And he said, oh, Ma'ashar Quraysh, or a word similar to that, ransom yourselves, meaning ransom yourselves from the punishment of Allah by having iman and performing righteous actions. He says, I cannot benefit you with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala anything in the least. He says, Ya Abbas, to the end of the narration as we covered. We said about this narration that we said that the message of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam's lineage did not benefit anyone. If we notice in the narration as we discussed, we said that the message of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam mentioned of those who were close to him, from his uncle to his aunt to his own daughter, Fatima radiallahu anha abdaha, to all those who are closest to him and his family, to let one know that even though the person are from the most honorable of lineages and the most best of families, no matter where they came from, of a known tribe or a known background, or them being from a well-known lineage, rather the most honorable and noblest of lineages. Rather, the message of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam had a lineage of prophets and messengers, which is the greatest and highest and lofty of lineages there is. And despite of that, the message of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam removed that these affairs have any benefit if one did not embrace the revelation that was sent down upon him, and likewise if they disbelieved, and if they did not perform an abundance of righteous actions based upon them embracing that iman, then that lineage that they are upon or that they have will not have any avail, nor will they benefit them. If you notice that in the narration that we said that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ was addressing the closest of his relatives. Like we said, his paternal aunt, or his paternal uncle, his paternal uncle, and likewise his paternal aunt, and likewise his daughter, and those who are under that from the rest of his relatives, from the ones who are distant. So he mentioned some of those who are close to him, then those who are from the distance of relatives likewise fall into that narration. That the Messenger of Allah ﷺ said that he will have no avail or benefit for them if they did not embrace that which was sent down and did abundance of righteous actions. Then, like we said, on the day of resurrection, it will not be any type of benefit, as we mentioned. We talked about the first mas'ala, or the first matter. I think we already covered that. We talked about what was the tafsir of the ayah on the chapter. You don't have your book. Can you share with him Salahuddin? You with Zakaria. This is tafsir al-ayatayn. The tafsir of the two ayats in the beginning of the chapter. As we explained, that the one who cannot create was not befitting of being a deity of worship. As we know, khalq, bringing something from non-existence into existence, is only for Allah Ta'ala. That is something that no one is capable of doing except Him subhanahu jalla fil ula. We also talked about the ayat. We already talked about this. I'm going to try to speed up or expedite the situation a bit. I think we stopped at the fourth masala. Which one do we? We stopped at the sixth. That Allah Ta'ala, that He sent down the ayah, وَأَنزَلَ اللَّهُ تَعَالَى عَلَيْهِ فِي ذَلِكَ لَيْسَ لَكَ مِنَ الْأَمْرِ شَيْءٍ. There was some clarification that I wanted to give to everyone. That when the Messenger of Allah ﷺ, when he stood and made dua against the three, that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ did not make a mistake. We don't say that. For example, the Messenger of Allah made a mistake. No, we don't say that type of speech in regards to the Messenger of Allah ﷺ. What we do say is what Ahl Ilm mentioned in this regard. Because one mentioned, as a matter of fact, it was the brother, the young brother Caden last class. He said, so do we say that the Messenger of Allah made a mistake, or that the Messenger of Allah in this particular context, that he made some type of error? And we say that the Messenger of Allah ﷺ, here in this particular context, when he made dua against those three individuals, the Messenger of Allah in his mind had absolute surety what he was doing was correct. Rather, in his i'tiqad, in his belief, it was absolutely correct of what a person would think, of course. Why? Due to the fact that we said for numerous reasons. Even Ibn Uthaymeen mentioned this regard. He says this. Listen. He says, إِنَّهُمْ مَعَ كُفْرِهِمْ كَانُوا مُعْتَدِينَ. He said, وَمَعَ ذَلِكَ قِيلَ لَهُ فِي حَقِّهِمْ لَيْسَ لَكَ مِنَ الْأَمْرِ شَيْءٍ وَإِلَّا فَهُمْ شَجُّوا النَّبِيَّ صلى الله عليه وسلم وَمَثَّلوا